Alright, I'm finally getting around to making the video on showing you guys how to do the math that's involved to figure out a meal guide plan for your dogs. So first of all, you're going to have to read the Keto Pet Sanctuary Pet Parent Handbook. You have to assess a body composition score in order to figure out how many calories per pound we're going to feed the dog. So this is an example of Emmy's diet plan. She weighs 59 pounds. Figure out we're going to feed her 16.5 calories per pound. Comes out to 971 calories for her total daily meal. So you'll see here I got a column for gram, fat, protein, carb, fiber, net carb, and calories. So I got my two foods that I use, 70-30 beef and broccoli. Everything's broken down in all the amounts for the fat, protein, carb, fiber, net carb, calories. To calculate your net carb, you're going to take the fiber, subtract it from your carb. So that gives you your net carb. Down here, you'll see the total amounts of these two foods. So I went ahead and calculated that she needs 284 grams of beef. Now you take that 284, multiply it by the 1 gram measurement of how much fat is in 1 gram. So 284 times 0.28 gives you 79.52. 284 times the protein, 284 times the carb, times fiber, times, or I'm sorry, the net carb is going to come from there, so 0 minus 0 is 0. 284 times 3.32 calories, 942.88. Moving on down to the broccoli. We're using 80 grams of broccoli. Go down the line, do the math. Net carb, subtract the 2. Down here, we've got the total. So we're going to add these two figures together, those two together, add everything up. Gives you 971.68 calories per day she gets. Now to figure out the ratio, we're going to take the total fat amount and divide it by the total protein plus the net carb. So protein plus the net carb is 45.36. So total fat divided by 45.36 equals 1.75 ratio, which means she gets 1.75 grams of fat for every 1 gram of protein plus net carb. So hopefully this can help you guys visually see how to do it. Now if you need a ratio that's more than 1.75, then you're going to have to add in a fat source. So you would simply add another, fill in this line for coconut oil or avocado oil or whatever fat source you're going to use. Go ahead and break down the macronutrients to figure it out, and then just do another line down here and figure it all out through the math. So it's not as hard as it's made out to be. It can be confusing trying to read it, so hopefully visualizing it and having somebody verbally talk it out might make it a little bit easier to understand. Thanks.